The realistic OKC Thunder rebuild. Now he going to a road game against the Golden State Warriors. But you won another close one against Golden State. This one with Steph Curry helped. We held the whole team under 20 points. Chad Hunger at 21. And Corey Joseph at 18. Another good game against Golden State. Ty Jerome at 15. So Corey Joseph stepped up in both wins against Golden State for us this year. He's been a key backcourt, veteran role player presence. Now we're looking at Theo Maledon. He demanded a trade because he felt like he should be getting more minutes after he had a solid summer league. But we don't got a lot of room for him in the rotation right now. We got a lot of guards already getting minutes. That's producing. We winning. So we don't really see a spot for him in the rotation right now. We're going to try to see if we can get a trade out for him, if we can get some value for him. But right now, the players they offering, to be honest, is not nobody we really sure we're interested in. Brandon Williams is a guy who played well for the Blazers last year. But guys we're looking at, Terrence Ross, he had a 2-year deal. If he had a 1-year deal, we would probably like that deal a little more. We really don't want to give him no draft picks to move Theo either. But he doesn't want to be here. He's playing. So we'll do him a favor. We're just going to release him. Give him the opportunity to try to sign with somebody else. He worked out OKC. He had a solid summer league, but he couldn't get into the rotation. There wasn't no spot for him. I was going to probably bring another veteran guard to just be a good locker room presence, or a guy that can get some minutes if needed. That's a Quinn Cook who's available, or Raw Neto, who we know who's a low maintenance guy. We're going to bring in Raw Neto to be the third point guard. That's okay in this role. Not going to demand minutes, but we need him to play. He can run the offense and be effective. Now we're going to Sacramento to face the Kings. We got a W behind a double-double from Chet Holmgren, Polashevsky at 19, 14 for Baisley. A good team win. Then we're at home against the Kings. The Wizards and the Bucks. I'm not going to let that trade go through. It don't make much sense. They're blessed to end back on the Bucks when they traded him to take off and get a ring. Now we at home against the Kings. They're beating them at their house. They beat us at our house. We got double digits. 23 from Fox. Now we headed to Dallas to face the Mavericks, coming off a loss to the Kings. And we got a big win against the Mavericks, but in the process, Ty Jerome got hurt. Broke his leg. Gonna be out 6 to 8 weeks. He was one of our best defenders, best perimeter defenders on the team. We could rely on rhythm shooter. Now he's gonna be gone an extended period of time. His field goal his percentages weren't great, but he gave good effort on defensive end. Was a solid player. So we're going to miss him with already injuries to Giddey and Lou Dort, who both haven't appeared in a single game this year. But it's an outside chance of them coming back if we can hold on, at least make it to the play-in or keep playoff seeding. And with that injury, we're going to need Aaron Wiggins to step into the rotation. Give us another wing. Knock down some shots from the perimeter. Got the dub against Dallas with 18 and 16 for Polashevsky. Had a big time performance. Ty Jerome at 12 in that game before he got hurt. We going on the road to face the Portland Trail Blazers. And we're not interested in that trade. We want to keep these 3 7-footers intact. Pacers are offering campaign to the Suns for Isaiah Thomas. Yet another trade. Market available for these teams being considered by the league office, and it doesn't make much sense. Went to Portland and win in blowout fashion. Held Damian Lillard to 4 out of 22 shooting. She also held Kawhi Leonard to 4 out of 22 shooting early in the season. So we did some good defensive jobs on a couple superstars this season. Giannis still top of the MVP race, followed by John Morant, Trae Young, Joel Embiid, and Jason Tatum. Ventura, top of the rookie year runners with Chet Holmgren, Killian Hayes, the 6-man leader with guys like Highland, Bobby Portis, and Giannis still leading defensive player of the year as well. They're running so far. Grizzlies number 1 in the West, followed by Golden State at the 2nd seed. Currently in the standings, you got the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George leading the way. You got OKC us at 4th, Pelicans, Lakers, Mavericks, and Phoenix, who've been dealing with some injuries this season. They're looking like they might have passed their window with the option for Chris Paul to get that ring. And Brooklyn Nets, number 1 in the East currently right now, led by KD and Kyrie. And they're going to get Ben Simmons back at some point. They looking good. You got Miami, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee, all playing effective basketball so far this season. Chet Holmgren at 26 in our last win. Now we're playing the Nuggets at home, who beat us in our last 2 matchups against them. So we want to get a win against Denver. Particularly at home, we've been playing well lately after we had that rough stretch. This was a close one looking so far. We ultimately ended up beating them by 25 points. Get the win against the Nuggets, led by Gilgeous and Holmgren. We got 21 from Trey Mann and 5 threes for us. Kenrich Williams at 10. There was no Joker in that game. So, Joker played, but he might as well not play how he played. So that was a good defensive job for Mitchell Robinson. Now we're facing the defending Eastern Conference champions, the Boston Celtics. We at home against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It's a close game. We were able to pull out the comeback win by 4 points. They was leading most of the way. We got a big comeback at 26-11 for Polashevsky. He hit 6 threes. So he had a big time game. Got 21-19 from Holmgren. He didn't shoot it well, but he played aggressive. And that was a big time win. Tatum at 25, Brown at 23. Now we're getting ready to see who's going to be announced as our All-Stars this year. And Kevin Durant was the first player picked. Immediate Paul George was the last player picked, as well as Bam Adebayo for his respective conferences. But all these guys deserve them. Ain't no shade on these guys. I can surprise Giannis to KD first, but you leading the Brooklyn Nets to number 1 in the East. These guys on the social media not making much sense. But now let's look at these odds. Look at the league standings first. Miami's number 1 in the East, followed by Philly, Atlanta, Boston, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee. And you got the Bulls and Raptors in the East. Bam, Harden, DeRozan, Zach, Jaylen Brown, Tatum. You got your starters right there. In the West, you got Luka, Steph coming off the bench, AD, Booker, Towns, Klay Thompson, Paul George. You got Trae Young, who's currently leading the MVP race at 32-10. That's not even a problem with that at all. Banchero and Chad Ingram around them rookie leaders, rookie of the year. Killian Hayes, 6-man leader so far. Trae Young is leading the league in scoring at over 32 a game. The second is Luka Doncic and Jason Tatum. Giannis second in the league in rebounding at 14 rebounds a game. Trae Young still leading the league in scoring at assists. He's having an amazing season. Jimmy leading the league in steals a game. You got Paul George and Kawhi both in the top 5 on the same team. Rudy Gobert averaging 3.4 blocks this season. Yeah, this team's still outside the playoff hunt right now. Talking about defense, Ty Jerome was the top 5 defender in the league, and he's hurt right now. That broken leg was a big injury for us. But now he's about to face KD and the Brooklyn Nets. First matchup for Chet Holmgren against the guy he was compared to, so it's going to be a good matchup.